Hello everybody, and we are back. So one day you wake up and you're kind of thinking, oh, I just lost 10 years of my life, or 10 years has passed, and what am I doing now? And so that moment kind of happened with me. So let's share 5 things that I wish I'd have focused on when I was coming out of university, out of college, and moving into the world. You know, we get so much advice, maybe too much advice, and then we've got all these things bumbling around in our head. But I think if we're single-minded with a few things, with a few values, we can make a big difference, because it's all about consistency. So it's about consistency and single-mindedness, but being open at the same time. So let's jump into it. All right, so number 1 is friends are harder to make in your 20s and going on beyond. You know, when you're at school, when you're at university, or whatever it might be, everyone is in the same situation and everyone's going through the same thing, so you completely bond, naturally you bond really deep. When you're doing a job and you're doing those kind of things, it's a little bit different, right? And I know that university doesn't necessarily prepare us for what comes when you get jobs, and school doesn't, but friends is one of the big ones. For me, it's kind of like, you're never going to replace the friends that you get when you're younger. When you're younger, those friends, you've kind of seen every range of emotion. You've seen them super happy, you've seen them sad, you kind of know every part of them. And so because you've seen every emotion, or whatever it might be, you can trust them a bit more, because you know what the limits are, right? And you know which bit to push, and you can also take the mickey, or make fun of your friends that you're a lot closer with, and you understand it a little bit better. But when you get to university, after university, after work, people might have families, people are building up their it's different. It's like you're not going to see that person completely broken down or whatever, and you're not going to know what needs to pick them up, because we're adults now. We don't necessarily show that as much to the world. And so as a result of that lack of vulnerability, I think it's harder to make deeper connections when you're older. But also, we're more busy. When you're younger, you're spending time with your friends all the time, and so one thing is, it's harder to make friends when you'll never replace, or you'll never create friends like the same than when you were younger. Alrighty, number 2 is focus on career. Career is important, but it's absolutely not everything. And from my side, I've prioritized other things. I haven't chased the money. I've chased skills to empower my career. So career is really important, because if you're not making money, well, what are you going to do in this world? Unless someone's handed you a golden egg and giving you everything, which you're never going to be happy if that's the case, how are you going to make your own money? How are you going to make your own way in the world? And like the video we spoke about yesterday, that is about finding your own place, finding your value, and being able to add value for others. So career, is not everything. You're kind of told that it's the most important thing. Well, it's fucking important, but it's not everything. I'd rather have my emotional stability and foundations and all that, and know who I am, and not have a lot of money, than have no idea who I am and have a lot of money. And I think that kind of guides me and tells me a little bit about which, you can't value everything. There are hierarchies. So some things are more important than other ones. And then you rank them in hierarchies. And look, I'd rather be an emotionally foundational, stable person and have good attitudes than have a load of money and be a horrible person. So that's just me. Awesome. Now, money is number 3. Figure out what money is to you. Money is completely different for every single person. If you have $1 million, $100 is nothing to you. If you have no money, $100 is a lot of money to you. So everyone has their own relationship with money, and it's kind of learning and understanding what yours is. And I think especially in the modern world, where a lot of things are around money, real importance placed on money, but it's easy to get too important on that. Once you have a certain amount of money, once you reach over a certain threshold, it's never about money. So it's all about money until it's not about money. So figure out a way to make enough money to not have to worry about it. That is the key here. So it's super important if you don't have it, and then if you have a load of it, it's not important at all. Awesome. And then balancing yourself with the world is important when you're young, because you don't really know that many things, and you've got to go out there and you've got to figure out stuff yourself. You've got to go make mistakes. My dad always used to say, son, go in there, get stuck in, do a year, put your head down, a year or two, then stick your head up and you can assess what's going on. You know, a lot of the times right now, we kind of straight away, if we have a negative emotion, we go, oh, I don't like that, or whatever. But perseverance and consistency is important. We don't know, because we don't know how something is, because we've only just come there, or, you know, we're young, we're just entering the world. We don't have any idea what to do. So what on earth, you know, how can you balance knowing what you want to do and what your emotions, your instincts are telling you, and what your family's told you, or the society, or whatever it might be. So, you know, finding that balance of not giving up on things, like seeing things through and being consistent, but also being open-minded and trying things, right? I think that's a very important balance to find. And that journey of self-discovery is essentially the journey of life. So you're never going to know, and you've just got to be graceful through it, and you're going to bump your head. You know, you're also going to think things that are true that turn out not to be true. So it's really important to understand, you know, on that journey of self-discovery, it's terrifying, it's scary, but you don't need to be scared of it, because everyone's doing it, everyone's going through it. And I think that honesty of not being afraid to make a mistake, and then owning up if you make a mistake, like, oh, sorry, this is what I was trying to do. Then, you know, if you go into things with a really good intention, with a warm intention and a good heart, I really think you can't go wrong. And that's something that cold calling in sales taught me, which is, hey, just go in with a good intention, and if you are actually there with some value, you're going to deliver that value. And so if the premise and the intentions are right, you can't really go wrong. And if they're rude, oh, sorry if I annoyed you, I was just trying to do my best. And then hang up and it feels bad. You know, and I'm someone that I feel terrible if I let someone down or do something like that. So, you know, that thing of cold calling was like, oh, I'm going to annoy someone, I'm going to disturb their day and take their time. Well, you know what? If you're bringing value, you're actually helping them. And if they don't want to listen, okay, that's absolutely fine. I'm sorry if I disturbed you. Have a fantastic day. So learning to balance those emotions and have good intentions in the world makes everything a lot easier, you know, because we think we're going to annoy people all the time. But if we have good intentions, I don't think we can go wrong. Awesome. Well, that's everything for today, guys. I really appreciate your time. If you could let me know what you think, drop a comment or whatever. If you made it this far, I'm impressed. Have an awesome day, guys. Much love. See ya.